Hey, what's poppin', everyone? So this is Dan. This is probably I don't think I've ever made a video like this, but I'm gonna go through my quest to get all the ATM Star and all the mods, the mod pack, all the mods 9. I guess my quest on how I got there, and yeah, I guess I'll probably do something like this in the future for like how my steps I've taken to get to the laborious path. But as you can see, I got pretty much everything for the star. I just need these 2 little pieces, which are just 2 more of these nether star blocks 3 times. But yeah, I'm gonna start at the beginning. I'm gonna show you my path to how I got there. And this grueling mod pack. So this is the base. I'm playing on a server, but we can ignore them. But anyways, yeah, I started on this little lake here. Built a little platform. Of course, they have mystical agriculture in this pack. So that was the first thing I kind of started with. So what I'm using here is I'm using all the modium hose. Oh, sorry, this is glass. I'm like a like a bird trying to fly through glass right now. But yeah, I'm just using all the modium hose in these harvester pylons to get most of my resources. Like 99% of my resources are with these harvester pylons. But yeah, what I started with was just like a 9x9. This is pretty common for this mystical agriculture, with the red fertilizer and just pumping all that into like a chest or an AE2 system. So yeah, I guess at first I was just using Infernium seeds. Then, you know, I expanded to the Vibranium, Unobtainium, Allthemodium. I only required like 7 of those seeds to get 1 star. I'm not going to automate the star. But yeah, I of course got all the other seeds. I don't really need those anymore, so they're just kind of like over here. And on the other side of this is just emeralds. I literally needed a 9x9 farming plot and more, of course, surrounded by these lily pads of fertility to speed it up. And I think there's a whole bunch of these growth accelerators. I stopped at green because honestly it didn't really feel like it was doing much. But because these growth pylons, oh, I'm stuck. These growth pylons, they don't like automatically farm it. I know you can do that faster than that, but this is what worked for me to get the star. Just the whole 9x9, because you need like here, let me give you the recipe. I don't think I've showed you, but this is the completed one. But to get this dimensional seed, you need a 5x block of emerald. The rest of these are pretty straightforward. I think it took like a day or 2 to get the rest of these. I've been trying to farm this block of emerald for like a week, and of course this is not the fastest way. Just a 9x9 emerald block. I think maybe this is also kind of a laggy way. But yeah, let me go through the rest of the stuff. This is where I make the mystical agriculture seeds. This is another 9x9 block farming place just for food. Well, at least what I started with was food for wheat. Eventually you need flax for other things like string. But it's all being pumped to this matter condenser, which actually does kind of help in creating the condensed matter, or singularities is what it's called. So I only have 21 of them. I think that's used for like it is used for the star a little bit, so it was kind of helpful. And then I did a little bit Ars Nouveau, not too much this pack, just enough to get like the basic spells. I have break spell, harm spell, light, dispel, blinking, which is cool, and then jumping, which is very necessary. All right, I just recorded the whole thing and then realized I pressed control and it stopped the recording. So I changed that keybind. Anyways, I think I was somewhere on the first floor, just going through automating Ars Nouveau. I just contain this little boss thing from Iron Spells. Nothing over here. Oh, I need a mob duplicator to, I don't even remember what that was for. But I don't think I use it very much. I don't think I use Ars Nouveau very much either, but this is where I get the source from it. This is where I get the singularities from, just from a bunch of wheats. I didn't really need too many singularities. This is where I made the rocket ships, and that has a workbench, and automated the earth vestments for the awakening pedestal. This is my AE2 den, where I have all my little recipes here. For automation, just way too many recipes. I think I tried to automate too much here. Probably won't automate this much again for a long time until all the mods in 10 comes out. We'll see about that. I guess I really needed this 1 million mega to generate the like 256 million byte of storage. Yeah, what do I have in storage? I have this my backpack. I don't have too much. Oh, I have a bunch of cool spells. Those are really fun, actually. I have the rocket. Oh, I really like how you can carry the rockets on your back in this mod pack. That is amazing. Like, it's not a very good view now, but wow. Okay, get it off. I think actually I had to build several several tier 1 rockets because the rockets just kept breaking on me. It was really annoying. Anyways, yeah, I have just a whole bunch of anvils as well because you need all these different kinds of anvils to generate things. Kind of disappointed you didn't really use the gem dust because I had a lot of it, but I didn't really have need. I guess I could have like made more gems because my sword is pretty bad. In terms of swords for this pack, it's just the general like Awakened Supremium with strength and AoE, and you need the Mystical Enlightenment to generate one of the things. So yeah, I had to go through all of blood magic, of course, you know, getting the tier 5 altar, then going all the way up here into this other dimension to generate some Hellforged parts. This probably took the longest because I got lost in here forever, but I am done with that. I don't want to think about it anymore. If I were to do this again, I probably would automate the blood altar. I thought I could do it with a spell like heal. I forgot where heal is. Where I thought I could just heal myself and just stab myself over and over again for blood. It wasn't enough, so eventually I just made a pumpkin and a big melon. I mean, not a pumpkin. And what is this doing here? Oh, flop slaughter factory. But anyways, yeah, I just have a monster spawner for Blaze in this melon. They've lost their AI due to one of these mobs or one of these additions. No AI, so that was really useful. So they can't burn anything, they can't hurt me. But yeah, that is kind of this floor. Let me go back over here. Yeah, let me go to the next floor. So that was AE2 floor, blood magic. And then this floor, which is really cool because you use the laser nodes to automate AE2 silicon into circuits, and then combining those circuits in here with redstone, and then it pumps it back out into my AE2 network. So I did the same thing with a couple other circuits, specifically the accumulator and not the diamond one, the calculation press, which is the silicon one. So automated those things. This is kind of where I got fluid extractor to put logs. I would put logs in front of these to create things with dissolution chamber. Probably would want to automate that more in the future to make more latex, even though that wasn't really used that much. I think you only used it for like the wither generator. Of course, you have to go through all the way through, not all the way through, but a lot of the way through pneumatic craft. And I got my face exploded in a bunch by these air compressors that just would almost always explode. Look at this thing, 4.98 out of 5 bars. Just a little bit more and this whole thing would explode. I'm surprised I got so close to that. But yeah, this thing was kind of a headache to use. It was kind of fun. I've never used it before, but yeah, here is the other mess I've made. Well, let me start over here. So the simulation chambers, I am simulating blaze to generate the blaze predictions. These will generate blaze rods, and I was using these for power for the very first part of the pack, because you can use these blaze powder to generate lava and these mechanical squeezers. So I was using one of Powa's generators for the longest time to generate power off of these. Eventually I made a lot of them, but it still wasn't enough. So I stopped that and turned to reactors. Anyways, what else I got here? I have a lot of these simulation chambers to generate these nether stars, and I'm still not even enough. I don't even have enough of them yet. I think I need 2 more, like 3x nether stars. So all these are wither data simulators, and then on the right side we have the is what turns these predictions into stars. I guess I create a time in a bottle. It's not necessary, but it definitely speeds things up. Like, look at that. It was like barely running before. Now it just completed all of them in a second. So time in a bottle, it's a really kind of like awkward recipe because you need unobtainium. So yeah, that's kind of a late game thing anyways. So anyways, that is this floor anyways. It's kind of yeah, a lot of pipes. But yeah, on the next floor, I turned to the nitro power reactor because I haven't done that before. I thought it was fun. It was kind of useless, honestly. I used it for a little bit for power, but it didn't really help in the end. I wish I would have done more. Was it bees? So I was generating prosperity bees to get the prosperity seeds. So that was how I was getting most of my resources. And then of course I was required to have these draconic combs to generate, or to get like Dragon Hive or whatever, to make the star. So I definitely needed those. And over here, you know, just general automation of Mechanism. I like this way where I'm just putting things into a pattern provider, putting into a fusing factory, and then pumping like the redstone into the factory as well, which I'm requesting all via these export buses here. So this is just kind of like a basic Mechanism automation here. I've seen a much more efficient way than this, but I couldn't find a video on how to do it. And honestly, this way works too. This one's kind of a simpler than the way they did it. I think they generated like the liquids and stored the liquids. I didn't really have need for that. Well, maybe I just couldn't find it on how to do that. But yeah, solar panels here, useless, honestly. They didn't really provide me any power. I think I found those in quest rewards. This is where I'm storing all my power. Honestly, I don't even know I needed this. I probably could use like a master energy cube, or maybe I did. I don't remember. Well, I mean, I don't really know because I did use it. So. Of course, I'm using the thermal evaporation to generate silicon from some water into brine, and brine into not silicon but lithium, and then pumping that into here to generate not antimatter pellets but lithium dust, and that is used, I think, to make one of these reactors up here. This is the fission reactor. There you need four different nuclear reactors from 3 different mods in this pack to get the star, or maybe not all 4, but at least 3. Fission reactor, it's just a basic one, honestly. I think the basic one the quest line takes you through. Then I'm having only 3 neutron activators here. But to fuel the fission reactor, I automated the whole thing to get there. A lot of pipes. And I'm just gonna go through like what I like exported. So I just like the starts are biofuel, sulfur dust, uranium. I think this one is right. Yeah, uranium ingots. I would probably want to get. I think you can do this a better way than with mystical agriculture to get those ingots, because I need a lot of those uranium seeds to get all these ingots, which was kind of inefficient. I feel like it definitely lagged things down. I midway through this making this whole base, I got like a whole another set of RAM from 16 to 32 gigabytes. And so RAM was definitely a factor here. So my next base design, I want to make maybe more spread out, not everything in one chunk like it is, or maybe like 4 chunks how it is. Especially because on the server, like the chunk claiming doesn't actually work. So I had to like AFK to get everything. I mean, that's not my fault. I mean, I guess the server's fault, but I mean, yeah, I didn't really know until it was too late for that. This is the structural, this is how I got the power, most of it anyways. Steam turbine was pumping in steam from the fission reactor, as well as this fusion reactor. Much simpler to make than the fission reactor, because you don't need it, like anything inside of it. But you do need to power it with cool space laser amplifier things. So that was fun. And then I'm guessing I was making concrete using the steam from that in this injection factory as well. That is, oh, hey there, little Enderman guy. But yeah, I'm just kind of pumping water into it to make steam, and the steam will go through here. It's the same thing with the fission reactor, except the fission reactor, I need a lot of water because I didn't want to bother making other coolants. So I just had loads of sinks, just attach this thing. Probably not the most efficient, but maybe the quickest. I'm not sure. Here I have the supercritical phase shifter. This is how I make the antimatter pellets. You need like 3 of them, and it required a lot of power. I would probably make a much bigger turbine vent to make that quicker. But yeah, that's because this is only like it's pretty tall. It doesn't actually generate that much. Because I had plenty of fuel for this reactor, but I just didn't have enough steam, or I didn't have enough way to process the steam fast enough. So I would definitely make this turbine vent much faster if I were to do this again. This was just kind of like I was making plutonium and polonium over here as well. But yeah, that is the kind of it for Mekanism. Mekanism, once again, probably the hardest part of this pack, because you have to make all that just to make the antimatter pellets, which is the only thing you really need here. Let me go to sleep real quick to show you the roof before I finish this video, because I need to finish the star too. I think I'm almost done with the star. I think I just need to, let me go back to this top. I just need 2 more of these other start blocks to go here and here. But yeah, I guess here it is. I guess I guess I can't prove I made all these and then just like teleport them in like creative mode, but I definitely made them, as you can tell by well, you might be able to guess by all the logic and machinery to get there. But anyways, let me go through the rest of this. So this is my final nuclear reactor from Extreme Reactors. They really like their nuclear reactors in this pack, the mod pack creators. But this one was kind of a complex one. Not really complex as in, like, mechanism wise, but like kind of annoying, because I was trying to pump things out of this and sometimes they wouldn't work. And like I would have to delete these fluid pipes, so maybe there was a bug with that, but I had to like delete the fluid pipes to pump them out into this reprocessor, like pump out the output and then pump that back in. All this was needed to make well, not this, but one of these fancy little things. Yeah, anyways, I need like Insanium block is what it's called. And then you just kind of have to like pump things back and forth between these machines over and over again until you cry. That's kind of how it was for me. Anyways, this is kind of a more interesting one. You kind of had to like do a little bit of math here to figure out how much Eterna, Quanta, and Arcana you needed to make this little special thing called the Dimensional Seed. This is probably the hardest component here to make, or maybe not the hardest, but it took most time consuming because you needed all the like the 6x different pieces of like 5x. This took the longest, honestly. I should have done this a different way. Get this 5x emerald because it's 5x, which is 59,000 blocks, which is 59 times 9, which is like almost 500k emeralds, which is a lot. It took a lot of end game, like 7 like end game days of me just sitting there waiting for my emeralds to grow. But yeah, I guess then I used this little shelf here to make these infused teleportation cores, which you needed a lot of Eterna, Quanta, and Arcana, which is why I required all these different books here. Notably, the most important one is these Draconic end shelves, because they're like the end game shelf, just 10 Eterna. Yeah, that's kind of the simple setup. It required a lot of experience, and I just got my experience through experience seeds. They're mystical agriculture, because didn't have a mob farm. I didn't have a mob farm. I'm sorry. Oh, actually, I don't want me to show you that. How I got my experience instead of just popping potions is this little experience crystal right here. So what I'm doing is I'm using an auto crafting card on Bottle of Enchanting to put these bottles of enchanting into this chest, and those are pumped into this pressurized fluid tank, which is basically, oh, there we go, it turns it into experience, and that is pumped into here. So I have 241 levels available, so I can retrieve all my levels. There we go. Level 257. So that's kind of a cool way on how I'm getting experience. I didn't look up any guides for that one. I just finally figured it out. Yeah, I mean, of course there's so many different ways to get experience in this mod pack. Like a mob farm. But I wouldn't consider this a mob farm. I consider this, okay, I guess it is a mob farm because mobs are dying, but it's not like I'm not getting the drops. I'm not using the drops. I'm just using that for the blood magic altar here. Let me go back to the top because I know this video has been going on for a while. Show you the rest of the stuff. Just kind of automating sanguine. I think I put like okay, I guess I use the mob spawner as well to generate the blood from falling here. I only used it for a little bit because you don't need that much blood. Just enough to fill like this a couple of times. Then you need to go all the way through Pneumatic craft to make this, not all the way, but to make the micro missiles, and then of course the pressure chamber wall. So that you need the PCB, which is all this machinery here is just generating the PCB. It's kind of annoying to do because these things blew up on me because I didn't bother to make like security, make it safe or whatever. So I would just basically running these and they would blow up and then blow up again, and yeah, that was a headache. This Forbidden and Arcanus was kind of interesting, kind of annoying as well because you need a lot of blood, and don't make the same mistake as me, but I destroyed this Hessus forge, and you need a tier like 3 forge to do this. I guess you can tell it's tier 3 because I have 3 slots. I didn't bother with the 4th one because you don't need it, but I broke the forge, and then I had to make the whole thing over again. And then this forge is like, to get it, there's no seeds, like there's no mystical agriculture seeds, so I had to do a lot of mining. And how I did that was I used not the building gadget, but the destruction gadget. And I basically set it to, here, let me show you. Look at that, I'm just carrying the rocket. Oh, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. But anyways, let me continue. So I basically destroyed like entire undergrounds with this. I would do like all the way, pump everything up, destruction too large. Oh, wait, is it too large? But yeah, I would just destroy like entire chunks with this thing, just like spamming it. And I guess that probably wasn't efficient. I think there's a chunk destroyer or something like that as well, which I could have used. I think the chunk destroyer actually was necessary to make one of these machines. I don't remember which one. One of these parts of the star. And I'm not going to go through all the parts because some of them are just stupid simple and some of them took days. So it's kind of like, watch up, here's my rocket launcher. I think this is like the last thing on the roof. Besides this little crate, little grinder, which I made a little bit too late because it could have been useful, but oh well. I had to go through, I got to go to the moon and then to Venus and then to Mars and then to Venus to get one of the ores on the Mars. Or yeah, I needed to make this jet suit, which required calorite, which was on Venus or Mercury. So that was a kind of a pain. I kind of melted my face off on Mercury because it was too hot. But there we go. That is the video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to triple click that like button if you did like the video or if this helped, or want to answer any questions on how to automate any of these things, or you need help because this took a long time. And I'm gonna go make that star now because I just need those two little pieces. But it should be in a couple hours. All right, thank you for watching. Bye.